light every time.
Red.
Okay, this is on again.
All right. And...
Yay!
We did it.
Welcome to day 10 / week 2 and day 3 of the Omer, is how you traditionally count it. Today we are focusing on Tiferet, which again is like beauty, compassion. If you look at it on the tree, love and strength are opposite each other, Chesed and Gevurah, and in the middle is Tiferet. So you can't have compassion totally without both some kind of discipline and total love. And this is how you get there. So we're looking at compassion and discipline, Tiferet of Gevurah. So they say, love comes from recognizing one's merits and positive qualities. Compassion is unconditional love. It is love just for the sake of love. Tiferet is a result of total selflessness in the eyes of God. You love for no reason. You love because you are a reflection of God. So this might be hard for anyone who is not so religious. I'm still working up to that.
Yeah.
Even though it's been a few years now. I don't know. Like, I do pray and talk to God, but I'm like, I don't see myself as a reflection of God.
I think, I don't know, because, listen, I believe in God and all of that, but I think that my primary mode of engaging with that kind of stuff when I'm hitting that block is instead, whatever it is, the fabric of the universe, whatever that is, we're an instant of that fabric, right? So we're an instant of whatever it is that created the stars, whatever it is.
Like, yeah, the made of stardust thing.
Yeah, the made of stardust thing. So this idea that, like, our very existence itself, like, we owe it to our existence to be able to do any of these things, rather than saying, oh, I give that all up to God. I give that all up to the fact that I had even the chance to exist. And that's kind of cool. I don't know if that works for you.
Well, I guess what I'm thinking about more is, as far as a reflection, I'm thinking about, like, the 13 attributes and that kind of stuff.
I see.
The idea that we are made in the image of God and this and that God is also compassion and love and that kind of stuff. I feel like this is getting off topic for what we're talking about today. But, like,
let's do this.
Like, yeah. But yeah, just that. I don't know. Another time. Maybe that come up in the humility week or something. But so, this one doesn't have so many questions today, but the idea that you love for no reason, you just love because you are a reflection of God, that was what just caught me. How do we relate compassion to discipline? Because here they seem to be going all out. The question they have is, does my discipline have this element of compassion? Does my discipline have this element that I love for no reason? I just love.
I mean, I'm struggling with this one for sure, as we're thinking about it, and so I'm just going to think out loud. But this idea that my discipline, my strength, my ability to endure, because that's what I think of when I think of Gevurah, that comes from this idea of limitless compassion. And in fact, my compassion has to be as enduring. I'm just thinking out loud, but I like this so far.
Keep going.
My compassion has to be enduring in that way, and that my endurance has to be a compassionate endurance. It can't simply be I'm muscling through, but it has to come from this place of because I care. I'm enduring because I care. I'm not suffering, I'm enduring.
Yeah, because I was thinking a lot about the fake it till you make it stuff.
Yeah.
Because people say that if you really want to change your subconscious, you can say, like, I am, it's like, I have a lot of money, I have a loving boyfriend. You keep saying these things and one day it'll be true and you actually believe it. But so if you want to go with the fake it till you make it, it's like you have to be saying these things for a reason, because you're talking about endurance and compassion. You have to be aiming towards something.
Yeah, there's got to be some reason that you're enduring.
Yeah, like, otherwise why keep going? Why keep saying this? Or I guess that's the same as, like, any relationship, though. Like, in marriage, if you are going through a rough patch or something, then you know that you want it to be good and you want to get through this, and even if that means kind of avoiding each other right now or something in the house, I don't know, like, you still want to try to work on something so that it does get to somewhere better. Because, I don't know.
Yeah.
Does my discipline have this element of compassion? You love for no reason. The other thing I can think of is just because I'm trying to train myself to, like, when I see kids at the beach or something like that, when I see people that really I don't know, they're strangers, I'm trying to train myself to smile at like the idea of kids laughing, kids playing, or like people hugging, something like that, just like smiling at random strangers to show that I acknowledged that that was a cute thing, or that was a loving embrace, or I don't know, that kind of thing. I'm trying to feel better about strangers, because otherwise I feel nothing, and I just watch. I'm like, okay, like it's just a fact that there's kids playing over there.
And you want to like have
and
a
I want
joyful experience.
yeah, I want to feel some connection, and so like that's the only other thing I can think of is like this love for no reason. I'm trying to feel more love, and so I'm going through the motions of the smile and like what they say, the dopamine thing that happens with just smiling and stuff like that, just to see if anything happens.
Well, also I feel like if we're talking about loving for no reason, like nobody has to do anything to deserve my love, right? Like you don't have to be worthy of something. There's no such thing as worth when it comes to love. There's no such thing as worth when it comes to compassion, right? Somebody doesn't have to do something in order to be worthy of my compassion. I am simply compassionate because that's who I am, because I'm a reflection of the divine, which is compassion. So I think that there's a lot to be said there about, I know we talked last week about opening up our circle of empathy, but I think that this fact, this idea that there's no such thing as worth when it comes to those things. So the stranger doesn't have to be somebody you know in order for you to feel joy for them, because you simply do.
I think about the flip side though, where people are like, oh, that person's not worth your time. Like someone that cut you off in traffic. Again, I always use that example. Or was just mean to you in general, like on the phone or something, and like usually a stranger. And your friends, family will normally say, oh, they're not worth your time. Don't even think about it. And so in a way, like, sometimes it's like people not worth your compassion. Like,
well,
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is actually something that I've had struggles with in like greater society, is this idea of somebody not being worth your time versus it not being worth the amount of effort you're having with them, right? Like, I don't think that there's anybody who isn't worth my time, if that makes sense. But there are plenty of times where my emotional response to something is beyond what is necessary for the situation. So when somebody like cuts me off in traffic, right? Or somebody hurts my feelings, I don't need to think about it for the next 40 weeks, right? I don't need to count my own Omer on it. I can just instead, that's not 40 weeks. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah.
Is it, right?
No, it's 49 days.
49 days.
Yeah.
But I don't need to have that kind of emotional reaction to it. But it is worthy for me to respond to it and then to move forward, because other things are also worthy of my time.
Okay. Yeah, so it's the amount of time, not the idea that the person is unworthy.
At least for me, at least how I understand it. And obviously, like, everybody has a different opinion. But that's
but that goes towards the non-judgment thing, which we're like working on this week and stuff too. So yeah, that's our one question for the day. I think we did a good job. This is a little bit difficult because it's hard to see the difference between compassion and love, and we already talked about love a few days ago.
Yeah.
So like sometimes they start to get really similar in the questions that they have on Chabad.org.
Because all things are one.
It's true.
That's why it all comes back together.
Yeah, that's so true.
That's the secret.
That is.
If you can understand the oneness.
Yeah, there you go. Your exercise for the day: be compassionate to someone you have reproached.
Ooh.
So I don't know if that means that you did in the past or you just now reproach them, but either way, like, I don't know. I guess as long as it's not totally gone, like it was 5 years ago and they forgot about it, something like that. Like, yeah, be compassionate. Or at least ask them, why. If I learn their side of the story, you're still allowed to be mad at them, but you can learn their side of the story. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for joining us yet again. And we will see you tomorrow. Bye.